Hormone replacement therapy. It's a popular topic nowadays. I'm in week 11 of starting my hormone replacement therapy. I'm having fabulous results. About this time last year, I started on a health journey that I didn't know I was going on. I started having some health problems in November of last year that I thought were related to my pancreas, and turns out it was a worsening pelvic prolapse. And over the course of the past year, I have lost 35 pounds. I've had a hysterectomy and appendectomy, quit alcohol, took alcohol out of my life. You couldn't have told me last year at this time that I would be at the point that I am right now. I've also completely changed my eating habits, started exercising to build muscle. I've just learned so much about menopause and the aging woman's body and what we are going through in that 50, 60-year-old time frame that I had no idea about. And I'm in the healthcare field. I consider myself a fairly well educated, and I cannot believe how much I didn't know. I've also started hormone replacement therapy about 11 weeks ago, and today was my 12-week checkup on that. We bumped my doses up a little bit, but I'm going to go through what my regimen is, what's working for me so far, what my symptoms were. Like, I spent over $20,000 going back to college for another degree because I thought that I was developing dementia because my mom has dementia, her sister has dementia, and I could not, like, I would be trying to make films for social media, and I had to follow a strict script and pause it every couple of seconds to read my script. And just the brain fog, the constant brain fog, like even in normal conversations, I couldn't remember things from the day before. I couldn't remember. And I kept telling myself, and other people kept telling me, you're just doing so much. You're doing so much that you just, you can't remember everything. So in the back of my mind, I was thinking, no, I'm developing dementia. So I went back to school thinking if I exercised my brain, well, that didn't change anything. And got another degree, but it didn't change my thinking process. I was having hot flashes. I was waking up in the middle of the night, soaking wet with sweat, having to the point where I had to change my clothing. My muscle fatigue, my energy level was in the dumps. My muscle fatigue when I would do anything was, to me, like, I would climb the stairs at my mother's house. I don't have stairs at my house, but when I would go to my mom's house, mind you, at 59 years old, I would climb the stairs, 58 then, I guess, and get to the top of the stairs and just stand there completely out of breath. Heart palpitations. My blood pressure was going up. My cholesterol level was going up. Like, all of these things that I really hadn't changed my personal routines at all for 15 years. I was eating basically the same diet, which wasn't a bad diet. I didn't eat fried foods. I didn't eat sweets. I ate basically a protein and salads. And like any other Gen Xer, I was restricting my calories because the weight on the scale was just creeping up. And it seemed like the less I ate, the more tendency I had to bloat or to retain water or to gain weight. Just my body transitioning into a menopausal state and losing muscle and gaining more fat and just not eating enough protein. It all kind of fit together, but I think all of the things were all of the things at the time. So those were some of my symptoms. And looking back now, my doctor was put me on a medication to stop my heart palpitations. I wore a heart monitor for 2-3 weeks to monitor that, did a stress test. Everything looked okay. All that was told to me about all of these different symptoms by a number of different doctors that I went to was, it's just a part of aging. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm 58 at the time. I'm 58, 59 years old, and I'm aging this much already. All of my muscle was slowly going away and turning into fat. So therefore, my metabolism was slowing down. My estrogen depletion was likely causing a lot of my symptoms. And so July 18th, I had the hysterectomy and the bladder sling and the appendectomy because I had a problem going on in my appendix as well. And then 12 weeks after that, I started my hormone therapy and started a light walking and some arm exercises and things like that. to get myself back into some kind of an exercise routine. And I think that I've had tremendous results. I've lost 35 pounds ish. I've gone down significantly. I'm just changing my body composition. Like, I had so much flab that hung down from my arm that I actually have a muscle there. You just that I mean, there's still significant amount there, but I mean, it was very significant before. And there was no real muscle. Like, I'm getting a tricep and some shoulders, and I'm not even lifting heavy yet. This is just from starting to move my body with resistance. And I'm so proud of how my body is responding. So, as your Gen X big sister, there is a window, opportune time to start hormone therapy if it's appropriate for you within 10 years of menopause, and that's the date you've gone a year without a period, or before age 60, and that's to reap the benefits of bone health and circulatory health, brain health, not to mention everything else in your body that's related to estrogen. Your body has so many estrogen receptors in it. It is just simply amazing. I mean, even my dry eye has decreased a lot. Now, I'm not at my optimum levels yet for estrogen, so I'm hoping that even the rest of my symptoms will improve even more. But I mean, this is going to sound stupid, but I was listening to a song today. It was like a 70s, 80s-ish song. And I'm like, man, we had good music back then. And I'm listening to it and I'm just like feeling the music. And I thought to myself, I have not felt the music for so long. And it was something that I hadn't even realized had disappeared. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but like, I had heard a thing about Oprah Winfrey was talking about when she started hormone replacement therapy, that she goes, oh, the sky turned, the blue became bluer. And then I saw someone else described on a doctor's podcast that said that it was like in The Wizard of Oz when they go from black and white to technicolor, and that change. I don't know if it's been that dramatic for me, but in the past probably week or 10 days, I have noticed changes like that, where it's like my passion slowly coming back and things like that, where I can feel the music again. And I'm like, I didn't even know that was gone. It had just like crept away and I didn't miss it because I didn't realize it was gone. And at the same time I was doing that, we were driving in the car, I turned and I looked and the sun was just coming up over on the horizon, and the reds just seemed so bright. And I mean, it was so vibrant to me. I was thinking to myself, this is what they were talking about when they were talking about going from black and white to technicolor in The Wizard of Oz. And it's not like a moment that it happens. It's my body returning to normal. It's just, I happened to notice it at that moment. That was the song that really brought it back to me. I was like, man, I can feel this music. And has to do with getting excited about, sexually. My passion with sex is returning. And I hadn't even realized the degree to which that had left. Like, in order to get prescribed testosterone, one of the only things that it's FDA approved for, is to treat a low libido. And you say, yeah, I'm not interested in sex anymore, but I'm not really interested in much of anything anymore. So yeah. And I just cannot even explain the difference in how I feel sexually now. And it wasn't an overnight kind of thing, or even, something that happened. I don't know. It's been like returning slowly and with more intensity and just the passion. And I guess maybe the difference between being numb and not being numb, it's so hard to explain. But my passion is returning, and that is one of the things that I was passionate about. Anyway, you get the picture. I've had a lot of changes. It's been about 11 weeks. But I'm hoping, since I'm able to see and feel things externally, that I'm also reaping the benefits internally. But let me real quick go through my regimen here. So the FDA finally removed the black box warning, which is literally a warning in a black box that comes on whatever your medication is prescribed in. But that was a big thing in the news that you might have heard lately, is that they're removing that black box warning from estrogen products. That is a huge step. This video is getting very long. Let's go through my regimen real quick. This is what's working for me. Hopefully it'll give you a base for maybe answering some questions or talking to your doctor about what might work for you. Vaginal estrogen. This is a cream that I apply. It was for the first 2 weeks, it was internally, and then now it's like twice a week around the outer edge of my vagina. Estrogen cream only works locally. It simply works on the skin locally in the area that it's applied. So if you're having some pain with sex due to dryness, it helps to rejuvenate that tissue. And I cannot even describe the difference in the improvement in the actual tissue in that area, the silkiness of the tissue, and the like youthfulness, and that sandpaper feeling is gone. And it did take a couple of weeks for the changes to start occurring. I also have a transdermal estrogen, which is a patch that is applied. This is the box. This is the patch. It's applied to my lower abdomen, right on the skin, twice a week. Stays on. But you put one patch on, you take the other patch off. They stay on through showering, through bathing, through exercising. They don't come off. They don't come off till you take them off. Transdermal estrogen goes through the skin. It's not processed in the liver. Very different from the products that were studied back in the 90s that all of the warnings came out about. So that's one delivery method that you might want to learn about and see if that might be something that's a good product for you. Estrogen, the delivery methods for estrogen and the different estrogen products are so broad now. There are rings, there are patches, there are just so many different delivery methods. There are a lot of benefits, to restoring estrogen. It's something you're going to want to talk to your doctor about. I am also on an oral progesterone pill that I take at night. Has dramatically helped my quality of sleep. Had a hysterectomy. Progesterone still may be beneficial to you. Again, talk to your doctor. I don't think I could go without it now. The other thing that I take is testosterone. Testosterone is a female hormone. We actually make more testosterone in our bodies than we do estrogen during our normal healthy years when we're younger. A woman's dose of testosterone is so much less than a man's. This is a 90-day supply of testosterone for me. Turn the base 2 times, a little bit of cream comes out on the end, and then I apply this to my inner thigh using this silicone tip. If I use the tip to apply it and then cover the area with my clothing, there's almost zero chance of transfer of that testosterone to anybody else. If that's a concern of yours, you don't even have to touch it with your hand and worry about then touching kids or babies or anything like that. You use this little silicone tip. It's a soft tip that you just rub it in with that. That's pretty much all of my hormone prescriptions. I also have started a magnesium, do 400 milligrams at night, once at night. Magnesium glycinate helps me with my sleep, helps me with my muscle repair. Vitamin D3 once at night, and I didn't know this about vitamin D3. I always took it in the morning. It helps to restore tissue and rebuild and rejuvenate. And since most of those are activities that occur at night, it is best to take vitamin D3 at night, and I didn't know that. So maybe you did, maybe you didn't. In the morning, I take a B complex, a multivitamin, and an omega-3. That's pretty much my routine. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm more than an open book. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.